3 races that count for 2008. One here, the High V International World Cup Triathlon. The second, the World Champs. And the third, obviously, Beijing. The last chance for the U.S. women to make the Beijing team. It'll be a battle between Sarah Haskins and Sarah Gruff. And right now, it is Sarah McClarty who is going after the Speedo $5,000 swim premium. The first athlete out of the water at the end of 1,500 meters. It's a 2-lap swim. They'll come up onto the shore, onto the pontoon, back in for a second swim, and you can see the gap already Sarah McClarty has put on the rest of the women. She has had some swims that have been 75 and 80 seconds faster than the balance of the women in the World Cup circuit. In the group today includes the likes of Emma Snowsill going after the $200,000 first place, and that is Sarah McClarty with a huge gap out of the water. You can see how far back the balance of the women are. The Florida athlete who has been to the World Open Water Champs, first out of the water in just over 19 minutes and change. She will take the $5,000 bonus for being out of the water first, and now going out onto the start of the 8-lap bike course. A long run from the end of the swim to the transition zone, and a lot on the line today as already the women are fighting it out for their share of the $250,000, $700,000 total. There is Emma Snowsill out of the water. The U.S. dominating with their swimmers right now, including the likes of Julie Ertel, Jasmine Onik. You can see right there Liz Blatchford just coming out of the water. Snowsill, 2 World Cup wins already. She has been away from the sport for the last 6 or 8 weeks, and we will see how her training has gone. It's a 4-kilometer section to get into town, and then 8 laps. A bit of a hill coming out of the water, and right there you can see already Sarah McClarty has been caught up by a group that includes the likes of Laura Bennett, Julie Ertel, Sarah Haskins, and Sarah Gruff as well. Becky Lavelle into that group, and Liz Blatchford. It looks to be a group of 9 or 10 women as they have a blue sky day now. Back into the chase group, and that's Holly Abel, who has not had the swim that she would have been looking for today, so she is down a bit, going to have to try to make up some time. Ailey Sharp from Australia also into that chase group, and they are going to have to make up somewhere about 40 seconds here in the early stages of this 8-lap 40-kilometer ride. Helen Tucker also into that lead group, so 2 British athletes, and Tucker, what a great couple of weeks with her World Championship in Vancouver and her Olympic selection for Great Britain. As we take a look now, the women coming back through the multiple lap course, and what an incredible job the High V team have done here in Des Moines after floods have taken their course away that they used for 2007, and coming into what is a high school area they have totally transformed. Off the bike, it is going to be a very fast and important run. Sarah Haskin trying to outduel Sarah Gruff for that last U.S. Olympic team. Julie Ertel already has her spot for the United States as well, and we will all eyes have on the likes of Emma Snowsill, who will likely have the fastest run split now. Can anybody track her down? Last year she had some problems with her asthma, but has been showing some great fitness. There goes Ertel, the 2000 Olympian in water polo, going back to the Olympic Games for 2008. And out onto the run course very quickly, it's Sarah Haskins and Laura Bennett. Bennett, the woman who won here on this course a year ago, the $200,000 winner from 2007, trying to see if she can repeat with that big check. And Sarah Haskins very quickly going out onto the course. Now the chase group of athletes coming off. Vicky Hoosgaard trying to get her spot for the Olympic Games from the Netherlands. There comes Holly Abel, who does have her spot already going to the 2008 Games for the British team. Off she goes. Going to have to be the run of her life, because she's going to need a top 10 to guarantee her spot. Otherwise, many of the Olympic selections going down to discretion. And we can see right now Jasmine Onik, the 23 and under world silver medalist, who did not have the kind of bike she was looking for. She was out in the top 5 or 6 but missed the pack. Emma Moffat right now in a great position, as she has shown some fast running speed this year. Her World Cup win in New Zealand earlier on, and there in the white cap just to the backside of Laura Bennett is Emma Snowsill, so she has moved herself up already. And if we have anticipated anything, Emma Snowsill, when she is in great form, is very difficult to run with. The 3-time world champion Emma Snowsill passed up on the world champs this year to be focused on both this race and the Beijing Olympic Games, and right now she is starting to put her trademark run, taking a bit of fluid here. It's 26 or 27 degrees Celsius, a bit cooler than last year's 33 degrees, but the women are going to be tested on a course that has some up and down sections. As we're looking through the back, that's Sarah Gruff right now and Becky Lavelle. Gruff trying right now to hang on as she is going to have to go ahead of Sarah Haskins, who's up the road, taking on a bit of fuel. That is Julie Ertel, and now we are taking a look at a great battle happening out on the course. Sarah Haskins right now running herself through Liz Blatchford, and Blatchford's had some injuries over the last couple of years but has shown some better promise here in 2008. It is Emma Snowsill right now lapping some other competitors on the course. She's on pace for about a 34-minute 10-kilometer run, and really there's only one woman in the world likely capable of going after her, and that is Vanessa Fernandez. They met in the World Cup season opener in Mooloolaba earlier this year, but may not see each other again until they get to the Beijing Olympic Games. The most recent wedding announcements between Emma Snowsill and the newly retired Craig Walton, and she is going to add a lot to her wedding cachet. And Emma Snowsill, last year's DNF, coming back having dealt with her asthma problem, and this will be her third World Cup win of 2008, and look at that beautiful smile as the Australian superstar will have her own way coming into the finishing line here in just over 2 hours, 3 minutes, and what an incredible run she will have on almost 80-second gap at the finishing line. Snowsill from Australia, 2:03.15, a 34:22, and look at the beautiful smile. Here comes Emma Moffat for her biggest payday of her career, a silver medal crossing line, 1-2 for Australia, but the day belongs to Australia's Emma Snowsill.
Oh my God, I just can't believe it. I was really apprehensive about this race for obvious reasons. My bit of bad luck last year, and the one and only race I've ever had to pull out of, so I wanted to make amends, but to be honest, till the run I felt absolutely atrocious today. I just felt awful. I couldn't put it down, and I just kept thinking, thank God this is a triathlon, because you can feel bad in two and at least hopefully come good in the third leg.
Yeah, I was kind of a little bit sick before I started the race, so I was a bit unsure of how it was going to go, but yeah, I was lucky I got on the end of that pack out of the swim, and the bike was pretty good. There's a few girls working pretty hard, so and then I knew I just had to give it everything in the run, and yeah, I felt pretty good, so I was pretty happy.
Well, when I got home after Ishigaki, I just put in like 5-6 weeks of really hard running training, and I hadn't been able to do that because of my injuries for about a year, and it really brought me on. Just having the people at home to train with, a really good running group and swimming group, it just helped so much.